I'm sorry that you guys did speak here the night before. I don't know if there was another evening available, but I did think because of what's happened to me in the past 2 months, including what happened to me.
How far away do I need to be for you? Closer? All right. Thank you guys for having me. It's nice to be back in the same room that gave birth to Same 7 months ago. Many of you know me, however, I'm here representing 4,500 hotel, restaurant, concession, and laundry workers here in San Diego. Both the LGBT community and employees in the hospitality industry face similar struggles in their quest for fair and equal treatment. The relationship and coalition between Unite Here and the LGBT community dates back decades and is mutually beneficial for both communities and will lead to a stronger and more powerful unified voice for equality and justice. Every Unite Here hotel contract includes workplace non-discrimination clauses protecting lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender individuals. These clauses prevent employers from discriminating against our members regardless of existing municipal, state, or federal laws. In 1989, San Francisco's Unite Here Local 2 started a health and welfare fund for member hotel workers suffering from HIV and AIDS. The fund, supported by employer contributions, is used to cover alternative treatments and other medications not normally covered by general health care policies. The fund has benefited hundreds of hotel workers. Unite Here has been a leader in the labor movement in standing up for transgender equality by fighting for and succeeding in mandatory transgender sensitivity training in hotel and concession contracts in Disneyland. Good in the back. Every labor affiliate in the state of California endorsed the No on Prop 8 campaign and did outreach to all union members about that. They specifically donated $100,000 to the No on 8 campaign. According to recent statistics, the American gay and lesbian population represents close to $60 billion in the travel market. The LGBT community is a coveted market for many hotel owners and corporations. However, a staggering number of hotel workers who serve customers are struggling to make ends meet. For all their hard work, they're living at or below the poverty line. Keeping abreast of and honoring current hotel worker strikes, work stoppages, and boycotts will go a long way in restoring dignity and respect for our brothers and sisters who deserve a shot at the American dream. We can all spread the word by speaking about the Hotel Workers Rising campaign in its effort to lift one another above the poverty line. Hotel workers and the LGBT community struggle and adversaries often have many similarities. In San Diego, Doug Manchester has made building the coalition quite easy for us. Doug Manchester owns the Manchester Grand Hyatt and is a notoriously anti-union and anti-worker employer who denies all employees basic job security language and forces housekeepers to clean nearly double the amount of rooms per shift as the citywide standard and the other Hyatt in San Diego. Housekeepers began picketing and protesting these conditions in 2006. However, with no protection or a formal grievance procedure, these protests were quickly extinguished. In early 2008, GLAAD and Pride found that Manchester had donated $125,000 to put Prop 8 on the ballot. Meanwhile, the Hyatt Global Corporation has been spending millions of dollars to market to the LGBT community to attract their business. We saw this as none other than sheer hypocrisy and joined in the LGBT community in launching a boycott of Manchester's Grand Hyatt. Same as an active member of the boycott, Californians Against Hate, Pride and Work. To date, the boycott has cost the hotel over $7 million and lost future business of groups and organizations that have canceled their events in order to stand for LGBT equality and justice for hotel workers. The success of this boycott will certainly make all business owners think twice about donating to discriminatory ballot measures and legislation. The boycott will continue, as well as will the alliance between our two communities. This coalition needs to and will go beyond the Manchester Grand Hyatt and beyond San Diego. I personally, and Unite Here is a long-term ally in the struggle for marriage equality and full-heartedly believe in coalition building to advance our common goals of social and economic justice, dignity, and respect. So everyone get involved in singing about marriage equality, and thank you guys.
It's okay, I'm short. No worries. So, I'm really glad to be here, and I'm actually really glad to no longer be sitting in what wasn't necessarily the best seating choice. So I got to stare a lot of backsides for the last hour and 15. I love you all. And I think Robin brought up a really good point. Something about lesbians in the 70s, and it makes me understand my mothers a little bit better now, and maybe that's why every now and then we don't get along so well. And I'm here to talk a little bit about the work that we need to do. Whether or not we go in 2010 or 2012 has not yet been decided. Across the state, there's over 75 town hall meetings, like the one that's happening today, like the one that's happening yesterday, the one that's happening tomorrow here in San Diego, to help get feedback from the community to see when this work is going to happen, if it's going to be 2010 and 2012, not that we wait to organize. But to give some numbers, we have about 450,000 votes that we need to persuade, hearts and minds that we need to change over if it's going to be in 2010. And if the work that we need to do is, if the ballot initiative is going to be on for 2012, that's 650,000 people that we need to change their hearts and minds. So if it's 2010, what that looks like is about 1,000 people every day, which means 1,000 volunteer shifts every single day. Or 450 people every single day if it's 2012. Now, a lot of that's going to happen through media and your own personal conversations that you have with your neighbors and your clergy and your congregations. But a lot of that is going to happen very strategically and at the door and on phones. And that's the not-so-fun work. I know it may look a little unfamiliar to some of you right now because I'm not holding a clipboard or I don't have a phone to my ear. And I'm not arguing with the police, for those of you who work declined to sign. Yeah. So, what happened when we lost Proposition 8 was clearly painful for all of us, and I was really inspired when I heard a bunch of activists in the back of the room, a bunch of people in the back of the room here back in November saying, sign this because we want to organize and sign this. And I was like, oh great, let's do it. This is going to be awesome. And so clearly there was a vision of visibility, which is a very important part of our movement. And another conversation I want to wrap up on is that we started this campaign in January with day one Spanish materials. We knew that we had to start from day one with materials in Spanish, that was a priority here in San Diego. And currently, we have over 25 people working on a national translation project to make sure that every single piece of material that we have is translated into 58 of the top most spoken languages, not just here in California, but across the country, and targeted by county, and what materials they use in each county, and what is important in each county. So we're making sure that each of those counties has languages and materials that are specific to the languages that are spoken in those communities, and that's a priority for us as well.